So yeah, Wuthering Waves version 1.2, the turquoise moon glow, is coming August 15th. So that's pretty cool. Let's check out the dev notes then, shall we? And see what they've got to say. Wuthering Waves developers message volume 4. Okay, what's going on there? Version 1.2 optimization preview with a special note from the developers. Okay, let me switch mics because my one mic, the mouse wheels is messed up at the moment. Dear Rover, Wuthering Waves version 1.2 in the turquoise moon glow is on the horizon. Here's a sneak peek at the upcoming improvements and a special note from the dev team. Okay. Version 1.2 optimization preview. New custom lock-on feature. Okay, in 1.1, we implemented several quality of life improvements to the auto lock-on system, including optimizations for resonators and some echo skills. With the release of version 1.2, you'll gain access to the new custom lock-on feature under settings control. This option allows you to set the auto lock-on priorities for enemies based on your combat preferences. Okay, so we've got what? Movement direction, camera direction, distance. That's good, because sometimes trying to scroll through your freaking enemies and having to go through the whole lot of them to get back to the one you really want to lock on is kind of annoying. So that's kind of nice. I like that. I think further tweaking over time will be a good thing for the lock-on. That's good to see that they're working on it, though. I like that. 2, new utility hover droid shooter. Okay, we've heard your feedback regarding the need to frequently switch between... Hey! So we spoke about this before, actually, in the leaks, that this was going to be a thing, and I thought maybe it's like going to be some sort of equipment, like a weapon, or like a turret or something, how you use that turret in that one mission. And somebody in my comment section was like, I think it's potentially going to be a tool that's there, so you don't have to switch out to a ranged operator to do certain puzzles and such, you know, like the shooting puzzles. And it looks like that's the case. That's really good, actually, because it is kind of annoying when you're not using a ranged resonator to have to switch to them and then just do that and then switch back, because they're really short and it's kind of annoying. So let's have a look. We heard your feedback regarding the need to frequently switch between teams when there are no pistol using resonators available for challenges like the Photon Vault and similar puzzles. In version 1.2, you'll be able to use the Hover Droid Shooter utility. Once the utilities feature is available, you can equip the Hover Droid Shooter in the utility wheel to shoot with the Hover Droid. Simply tap or hold the basic attack button. More Hover Droid features are under development. We hope this new edition will help you better explore Solaris. More features are coming. I wonder what they're going to be then. But that is a W. Small thing, very small thing, but it's another quality of life update that's good to see. This is one thing I've got to give props to Crow for. They're definitely not just looking at the bigger picture, they're looking at the small quality of life updates. In the video that we spoke about yesterday regarding Genshin and how they seem to ignore a lot of those very little, minor updates, but as they're compounded, it just all adds to frustration for the game, and it's good to see little things like that are getting addressed. I really like that. That's good. Okay. 3, new feature to store excess wave plates. Let's go. Let's go. This is the big one. This and 120 FPS is the things that I'm looking forward to the most, because let's face it, we've been waiting for this. Star Rail did it, and I think this is a good addition to the game. Big W update here. A new feature to store excess wave plates will be introduced in version 1.2. Once you reach the wave plate cap, you will receive wave plate crystals instead. These crystals can be exchanged for wave plates of equivalent value. You will regenerate 1 wave plate every 12 minutes, up to 480 wave plate crystals. Once this limit is reached, you will not gain additional wave plate crystals. So that's what 100 and so what is that? Is that half what we get in terms of wave plates? Somebody let me know in the comment section. I think it is, isn't it? Is it? Or is it the same in terms of how many you get per minute? I thought you got 1 every 6 minutes for your wave plates. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is, isn't it? So that's interesting. Not as generous as I was hoping, but still, big W. And hopefully, if enough people talk about it, potentially it might get increased or improved in some way. But that's still a big W. Glad to hear about that. Because this is the game at the moment, the only game that I log in daily. So it would be nice that if I do miss, I can always, you know, I haven't really missed out on my wave plates at least. So that's really good to see. 4, new Resonator showcase feature. Oh, okay. So we're getting like a little, oh, dude, that actually looks dope. With the release of version 1.2, you can view and display the convened scenes of unlocked resonators with the Resonator Showcase feature. Tap the avatar on the terminal screen to open out the Resonator Showcase. You can display up to 3 selected resonators here. That is cool. It's something that we don't need, but a cool little update nonetheless. Okay, I like that. I like that. You know, it just adds to a bit of a snazziness, doesn't it? But I definitely like that. Ginty looks awesome, as usual. Hey, here we go, boys. This is what I've been waiting for a game like this, in my opinion. Running on something like I've got like a 4090, humble brag. 60 FPS, man. It's just, I don't like playing games at 60 FPS personally. If a game's running under 90 FPS, it kind of just does my head in. Certain games, it really doesn't matter. You know, playing something like Star Rail, I don't mind running a game at 60 FPS like that. But anything that's got any sort of action-orientated combat or just a fast-paced game, I'm not happy if the game's running sub 90, if I'm honest. When I'm playing shooters, I can really tell the difference. Once the game starts to drop below 90 FPS, it just, I don't know, man, it just doesn't feel good for my eyes. So this is brilliant. This is actually probably, for me, the biggest W in terms of something that's not necessarily an update to the game itself in terms of the gameplay loop and quality of life. Well, I guess it is a quality of life option, but this is really good. This is. The 120 FPS option will be available on select PC devices in version 1.2. Stay tuned for our official announcements for more availability details. So I hope to God mine is. It should be. 6 new Depths of Elusive Realms store rewards. Okay, interesting. I'm intrigued here. Thank you for your love and support for the Depths of Elusive Realm. I do like the Depths of Elusive Realm. I think we should definitely get some expansion on it as well. Make it bigger and better. I would like to see that. But store rewards, big bonus. As we approach the final stages of version 1.1's Dream Ablaze in Darkness event, the White Cat will bring new exchange items to the Elusive store. Okay. To help you try out and level up more Resonators, we will add more exchange items to the Elusive store in subsequent versions of the Depths of Elusive Realm event. These items will be available as the convene events for the second half of each version. Are released. Okay. You will receive a system mail reminder after the exchange items are added. Please remember to exchange the rewards after fully exploring Depths of Elusive Realm. Okay, I like the fact that we get a little bit of a mail reminder because I do forget a lot of stuff in these games, to be fair, and then afterwards you're like, shit. More guidebook activity points from a daily quest. With the release of version 1.2, the activity points reward for the spend 180 wayplates daily quest will be increased from 20 to 60. Big W. We hope this change will help you complete your daily activity point quests more quickly. That's cool. I like that. Because this... It doesn't take a long time. Some people like making out like compared to ZZZ, it's insanely long. It's not. The dailies in this game are still incredibly quick compared to something like Genshin, in my opinion, and just like less annoying. But that's a big W. You know, all of these things are just small, little quality of life things that all add up just to make the whole thing a better experience, and especially the daily grind a better experience as well. So this is great. This is a special note from the developers. Version 1.2 in the Turquoise Moon Glow is coming soon. In this update, we'll introduce the Moon Chasing Festival event and dedicate ourselves to address any issues that have impacted your experience so far. Okay. We're well aware that many aspects of Wuthering Waves still have room for improvement, and we're committed to listening to your feedback to continually optimize and enhance the game. Together, we aim to create a better Solaris 3 and offer you more thrilling adventures. I really love this from Kuro. Don't get me wrong, I understand from a business perspective, and I get it. They're not the top dog, and they're playing that role well. At the end of the day, if they were in Hoyo's place, maybe we wouldn't get such a transparent Kuro and such a community-pleasing Kuro, but I'm not taking anything away from them for that. That's just me being cynical. But this is really good from Kuro. They acknowledge when they're messing up. They're quick to react to it. They're open to the community as much as they possibly can be. And they do genuinely seem like they're trying to give us a good game as well. And I like that. It's not, they seem like they're actually passionate about the project. And it definitely shows within the game itself, doesn't it? Like, you know, a lot of times nowadays, and I'm not calling out other developers for not being passionate, but sometimes it just feels like things are being done by the numbers. It feels like there's genuine passion in this project, and I really, really appreciate that. For somebody who's a fan of the game, it's great to see. It really is. We're also excited to announce that everyone will receive the 5-star Resonator Zhangling Yao. I've probably pronounced that wrong. I hate trying to pronounce these names, but whatever. For free during the second half of version 1.2. Stay tuned for more detailed event information. So there we have it. We are getting in free. It was rumored for a while. Everybody was kind of thinking it was going to happen. I expected it to. Just purely, one of the reasons for me was his design being a little bit more muted, a little bit more, I don't want to use the word bland, but looking more like a 4-star Resonator led me to kind of believe that this guy is probably going to be thrown out for free, and I'm really glad to see that he is. This is good news, especially for the free-to-play players. This is big. So shout out to Kuro once again. Like, they are just listening, aren't they? Again, it genuinely seems like they're not just reacting to loud voices in the community. It seems like they're genuinely across the community trying to figure out what is going on with the game and how best to react and how best to adapt to what people want from the game at the same time as trying to give their own vision. So I'm really happy to see this as well. You know, to be fair, I think they've been incredibly generous so far. I'm a light spender, so I've got everybody in the game at the moment, apart from Ling Yang, which I'm not really too fussed about anyway, because they do just annoys me. But I'm looking forward to this, another free Resonator. You can't complain, really, can you? I'm sure some people will find a way to, saying, well, I wanted Chang Li for free, but, you know, not going to happen. But this is, you know, actually, seeing the full design of him, because I've only really obviously I've saw him in game, but actually, like, images, I've only really seen him from, like, waist up. His design's not bad. Again, he's got like a 4-star look. I think it's just because of the colour palette. But for me, I really like his design. I think if these accents here on his arm would have been like gold or had some like colour to them, like to be like a neon blue or like a red or something, would have looked really dope. I guess it wouldn't have gone with the rest of the outfit. But his actual design is really good in my opinion. It's just that he's like quite, again, I don't want to say bland, but quite neutered. In terms of he's not a bright, popping character, is he really? And that's not really Wuthering Waves' design anyway, so he kind of fits. But this is really good news, this is really good news. We sincerely hope to join you on your adventure and look forward to the progress and growth in Wuthering Waves. Thank you again for your dedication and support. Okay, this is great. 1.2, big W's, 120 FPS. The targeting as well, the lock-on adjustments to that is all good because it can be a little bit annoying sometimes, having to scroll through every enemy to get back to the one that's kind of the priority, the closest one to you, so that we can set it to distance and camera direction is really good, and movement direction as well. I still think these will probably need some tweaking. I'm sure they will, but it's good that they're working on it, and hopefully they'll continue to work on it, because that is one of my frustrations from the start of the game. It's a small one, but when you're in the heat of a battle and there's multiple things going on and you're trying to make one target a priority and you lock onto the wrong one and then you have to go through every single one to get back to the one you want to get on, is kind of annoying. So that's a really big W as well. The hover droid shooter, really happy about that. Small little thing, but it's a quality of life update that's going to like make a lot of difference, and that makes me think that potentially we're going to get a lot more shooting puzzles, and hopefully some harder shooting puzzles as well. They're a little bit too easy for me. I get it, they're probably designed with mobile in mind as well, but still, I'd like some that were a little bit more difficult, or maybe there's a setting you could set to say, you know, for certain puzzles, you're on PC, so they're a little bit more difficult. Big W, excess wave plates. I don't think anybody can be mad about this. I do think this is 50% of what we get normally, though, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. I'd appreciate that. And obviously, for me, the 120 FPS, this is a big thing as well. It's not really, but it's cool. It's cool, should I say. It's cool. It looks freaking dope. But the 120 FPS for me as well, personally, is one that I've been looking forward to for a while. Not a big fan of playing games at 60 FPS. Certain games I can get away with it. A game like this for me is not one of those games, and I'm happy to be able to play the game at 120 FPS because, let's face it, it's a fast-paced combat game that's got small windows. Well, not the smallest windows, but small windows sometimes for your dodges and your abilities and stuff, and to have a higher frame rate is going to make it all the more accurate. So this is really good to see. This is a WW update. Looking forward to this. So we've only got what? The 15th. So we've just got over a week now for this to come out, guys. I'm hyped. I cannot wait till the new area as well. I know this is a little bit of a tangent, but I cannot wait for the new area. So looking forward to see what this game's got to give, and it's good to see that the developers definitely are listening as well. And hopefully we get lots of new potential cool content that comes with it as well. But optimization preview looking good. Shout out to Kuro for this.